Hi, Stephen.
Hang on, we're going to cheers?
Well, I haven't opened it yet. Good. Cheers. Welcome to Darwin. Darwin Sailing Club.
It's a nice spot here. You've been here many times before?
I have been here a few times, lived here for a little while as a kid. I haven't been here doing this stuff, drinking beer, watching my parents.
When you lived here, you didn't actually play rugby, did you?
No, I didn't. I was just busy staying alive, really.
So what was your
Most
first...
things that can move here can kill you, so I was pretty good at staying away from those things.
what was your first touch on rugby then?
How
How old were you here?
I was in year 7. What's that? 10. 12.
Yeah.
I was ahead of my class. Like
10.
I was in, when I was 7 years old, I was
what
up 3
happened?
grades. I was like the Doogie Howser of the Northern Territory.
And then? You didn't graduate?
Then I met you. You're only as smart as the company you keep,
Okay.
apparently.
Okay.
So I went back to Velcro shoes and my 10s times table only.
Yeah, very good.
First
You didn't answer it.
First rugby.
No,
Rugby.
what's your first touch of rugby? Where did it come from?
First touch of rugby was when I went. My dad, in all his wisdom, told me to play rugby when I went to university. He said that I'd become part of a big family of good blokes, a rugby community that would welcome me. I'd have some mates, basically. I didn't have many mates. They'd be obliged to talk to me.
Where are we talking?
Because teammates is a loose description, isn't it, really? Like, we played together, but I wouldn't call us mates. Would you?
No, that's a bit soft, isn't it, mates?
You're my favourite shower buddy, though.
I don't know if this interview is meant to go that way.
I don't know. Is it?
No, where were you? At university? Which uni were you?
Southern Cross University at Lismore. The Gold Rats. Gold-blooded, Gold Rats.
Yep.
We're on a gold-blooded tour.
So you're 18?
We're all gold-blooded.
You're 18.
We're all linked.
Yeah, we're all gold-blooded now, yeah.
Yeah. Although you were red-blooded at that time, your face got ground off at Monica Oval.
18s?
Yeah, 18s. You were quite possibly the worst halfback known to man. You couldn't make any rep side. Let's talk about how did you get to the Wallabies? You were the worst age group player I came across. And I was pretty bad.
Well, we came from a small pool, didn't we? That's why I got in.
I remember the ACT boys, we used to check the name list, and then if it was your name, there was palpable disappointment if you were in the team. And then Wallabies, it was, please Bernie, please be right to play, we need you to play. And the human mummy would come on with tape from his eyebrows to his toenails.
Oh my God.
And away you'd go.
Yeah, well I was lucky, wasn't I? Small pool.
Well, a lot of people, we know you're lucky, but how did you
I played halfback my whole life, and I couldn't pass the ball because I was too small. So I learned how to run with the ball, and I got criticised a lot for
crowbar.
Crowbar,
we call that crowbar.
Yeah. So when I was playing 10, that was one of my nicknames, Crowbar, because it took a crowbar to get the ball out of my hands at times.
World's worst player was another one I heard bandied around. It was too long to get out. It died an unnatural death.
Yeah.
Shit, you know.
I'm not here to sledge you.
Mate, aren't we in the truth?
Yeah, but that was not truth. So.
Right.
So I learned how to run as a halfback, and I used to cover defend a lot because, like I said, we're from a small pool and we weren't very good. So I became good at that, and on the back of that, I guess, we got lucky.
Yeah, but
lucky.
Small pool, pretty good small pool. Griggs, you.
Oh, they were a year ahead of me.
Yeah,
we had a
still
really
part
good,
of the same pool.
Yeah, in Canberra.
I mean, you can all. It's not a toddler's pool. We're talking. It's got to be at least 20 by 10, 20 by 30.
We had good cattle, yeah. And then when the Brumbies first started up, '96, we had majority of the team from Canberra.
World 15 backline almost, really.
Yeah, pretty good. They played in the Sydney competition for a number of years and had success up there. It was just that era of rugby in Canberra was very successful. And that's really what kick-started the Brumbies' success.
And I
was lucky to get in there, right? So I was playing halfback up until the year before. So 95 I was playing halfback, and then Griggs came back into first grade So we were playing in the Sydney competition under the Vikings banner. Kookaburra's banner back then, sorry.
Yeah, but you weren't playing halfback for Cookers.
I was playing second grade. No, I was playing second grade halfback.
F troop.
Yep. So
you weren't halfback for the Cookers.
Well, I'm telling you, I was a halfback. Yeah.
Are you just making stuff up?
No, I was second grade halfback. So we had Paul Brown, Griggs, Paul Brown, and then myself. So the year before that, I got picked in the ACT side.
Oh, you're talking about ACT, yeah, right,
yeah.
Sorry.
So we're playing in the Sydney comp.
Yeah.
And then Griggs came back from international duty, so he jumped straight back into first grade. Paul Brown jumped into second grade, and then I lost my position. And I don't know, the coach was pretty happy with me at the time.
Confirming.
Yep. Turbo. And he thought he could find another spot in the team for me, so he chucked me at 13 and played a couple of games there, and then was lucky enough to get on in first grade in the final at North Sydney Oval. Swanee came off the field early, 30 minutes into the game.
Swan.
I was asleep on the bench because my roommate,
another gold-blooded member.
Yeah, he is.
You know,
my roommate Oaks kept me up the night before because he had a cold and he was snoring the whole night. So I was asleep on the bench, tapped on the shoulder, you got to get on the field, jumped on the field and played a pretty good game. Rod McQueen was there watching that game. Yeah, North Sydney Oval. Rod McQueen was there and he said, well, he must have liked what he saw. So he rang me up and asked me if I wanted to have a contract for the following year. I was still at uni, living at home, and I jumped at it. It wasn't a big contract, but I jumped at it.
Pass. Still working on your pass and your goals and your drop kicks.
Drop kicks is an issue.
As it would turn out, come in handy. First and only drop kick you ever got.
Yeah, but I got one.
Out of how many times?
Doesn't matter.
It does. Does it? Well, probably just highlights how lucky we were.
I would have had one attempt before that. In fact, earlier in that game, I had a shot from the 22 right in front and missed it. So that was probably my only other attempt. Yeah. But I've been practicing for years for that one moment.
And so you find yourself now as part of a gold-blooded tour around Australia. What's your take on being involved in that now that you've gone full circle?
Growing up for me, it was all about playing for the Wallabies. My family are rugby through and through, so my dad's side, he played rugby, his brother played tennis. We were a very sporting family. But Dad played over 300 grade games in Canberra, so it was all about rugby for me, and from a very early age I wanted to play for the Wallabies. And I'm proud. I'm very proud for what I've achieved, representing my family and my school and my community. It was a real honour to get there and to play for as many years as I did, and now I'm just lucky enough to be a part of it on this gold-blooded tour. What we're trying to do is promote the game, at the same time obviously giving support to the Wallabies for their World Cup campaign, but we're trying to promote the game, and coming from where I came from, where rugby was everything, I'd love to see other people around Australia see it that way as well.
Well, I'm sure that we all understand everyone's gold-blooded, everyone can be a teammate, everyone has access to the sport. Probably no greater example than you. Start off pretty ordinary, touch on some excellence. Many would argue single-handedly give us the William Webber Ellis in our hands in '99. So it's great to have you on the tour. I'm certainly enjoying the tour as a bloke that lost this one. So we're looking forward to...
We were close, weren't we? I remember that.
Mums and dads, that game? Boys and girls. I do remember the game. I haven't watched it.
2003?
Yeah.
I feel a little bit guilty, actually, because we were there on the field at the end, and Dawson, was he the halfback? Who was the halfback?
Matt Dawson.
Yeah, and I was stuck at the bottom of the ruck.
Yeah, I know. And you were screaming, drop goal.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that for the only time I have, and I forgot about making the tackle at one on Matt Dawson.
He went through.
35 metres down the track. Drop goal, gone.
Shit, sorry to bring that up.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
It's probably a good note to finish on.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Cheers.